Hey, hello friends, welcome to Step to Code. So today we are going to learn about JavaScript variables and its scope. So in JavaScript, variables are used to store data that can be accessed and manipulated in your program. Understanding variables and their scope is fundamental to programming in any language. Right now we are studying JavaScript, so let's study the JavaScript variables and its scope. Okay, so in JavaScript, variables and scope and tutorial. So in JavaScript, you can declare variables using var. You can use either let or either you can use const. So let's start with the variable var. So var is traditionally used but has some quirks which we can see. So you can just use like var x equal to 10 like this, and it will be used in a scope like this. You can use let x y, or you can say y equal to 20 and const z equal to 3.14. Okay, now somewhat x and y means where and y are similar in sense you can update the data, but with the const you once you declare you cannot update the data of z. So let's see what happens over here. So we have do this, and you can see it print the 10. We have to print y in a similar manner, and in a similar manner we will print z as well. Okay, so let's do that. So you can see 10, 20 and 314. Now we can update it over here, x equal to 20, and see what will be the data over here. Or better, let it do like this as of now. And with this we will say y equal to 30, will print y, and we will do same over here, set for 40, and we will print like this. So update x to 20 here and like this. Now we will see. Okay, so what we get, assignment to constant variable error. Okay, so we cannot update the value after declaration for the variables const, while we can do the same for x and y, which is var and let respectively. So this is the thing, like you cannot change with the const. With this, let's take a look to the data types as well. So in JavaScript, we have numbers, string, boolean. This is an object, a JSON object, or an object you can say, and it's an array. Okay, so this is the data types for the JavaScript. Now let's look a variable bit with hoisting capacity. Then we'll look into the scope of it. As we are touching the variables, we have to know the hoisting as well. So what is hoisting? Hoisting means JavaScript variable are declaration to the top of their constant scope. This means you can use variable before it's declared, but it will be undefined. For an example, I can use, for an example, taking console.log a, and then I am declaring a equal to 10. Now what would be the data of it? Let's see. It is undefined, but it is not throwing an error right now. Okay, now let's do let. See, cannot access a before initialization means this has not been hoist. While changing, we are not getting any error, sorry, right? So with like this, if you use where, it will get hoisted, means it will first get declared, not initialized. Okay, so in hoisting it will declare like this in memory, but the assignment will not happen. So whenever you declare any variable with var, it will go in the first line, or you can say it will hoist it first, means it declare it first, then it start you getting used. Okay, so that happens with the var, but not with let or a constant. So you have to remember that if you used a variable without declaring it, it has to be a var, otherwise it will give you an error. So most of time it is good practice to use let, not a var keyword. In a similarly, this we can see even in the scope while studying a scope. So there are different type of scope. One is a global scope. Let me close this out. Global scope. There is local scope, and there is another block scope which we can see. Block scope. Okay, so let's first see the global scope over here. So this is global variable, this is accessible into it. Now this is local variable, I am taking this over here, sorry, let local variable equal to this is local variable now, and this is block variable. If a equal to 10, then let b equal to 20. So this is local, this is block scope. Okay, so let's take a look into this first. So here you can access global variable directly because it's declared on the top level, so this is accessible. Now this is local variable. Local variable means it is declared under this function name, so only this function have access of this, and apart from this it has no access. So if I use it over here, it will give error. Okay, once again I'll let you know the hoisting over here as well. Now it is a block scope. Block scope means the access of this is under over here. No, you will not get over here because it is declared under this. Let's check. So you can see the local is not defined in the line number of 16. You can see this is 16 because it has been over here. Now you can see it over A. Okay, first it will go. Let me comment it out. We will go over here now. See, again you are saying A is not on the line number 19th. Okay, so it has not been declared over here. So let me just say 1, so it will always be true. Okay, so you can see B is not defined over here on the line 23, means it is here but not here. Okay, so this is the different type of scope. Now suppose I declare var over here and try to access it. Let's see what happens. In the similar manner we'll do over here as well. Okay, I'm running this. Local variable is defined on the line 16. Local variable 16 means this has an error still. Okay, so this scope is working fine. Like even if you declare it where, it will not going to host it outside. Reason, it is in under the function. Now let's check what happened with the block scope where you use the var. Okay, oh, you see, with the block scope, when you declare a variable, it will get hoisted on the parent. You can need to understand that function itself is a parent. So if you declare a variable over here, it will not be hoisted. For an example, if I use function, now inside function, now this is this, now I walk like this. Okay, now this is inside, I'll call this function inside. Okay, and this is the example function. this is example function. So let me call the example function over here, and let's see what will happen. We will run this. Let me put a debugger over here so we can see how it works. So you can see this is local variable. You can see the local scope over here. It is a global scope. We are not using this. This is a closure which say global variable is having access, but not this. So what would be there? It will throw error. Yes, you can see it over here. It throws an error. Variable is not defined. Means this has to be inside a function. It won't work. Okay. So you have to remember that it aside a function, it won't work, but in the scope, if you declare a variable like this and you try to access out of the scope block scope, then it will be accessed. So this is the scope and it will get host heading even. So in conclusion, understanding variables and scope is essential for becoming proficient in JavaScript. Scopes determine where a variable is accessible and choosing the right type of variable, either it would be where, let or const. This is crucial for proper scoping in your programs. Practice and experiment with variable and scope to strengthen your understanding and problem solving skills in JavaScript. All the best for your learnings. Stay tuned with me for more videos